How's it going, everyone? Session here. Welcome to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game patch notes for September 19th. They literally just dropped this not even 20 minutes ago, and I'm already excited to understand what exactly is going to be incoming for this game with the changes. They did show at the Murder Times a little bit a while ago, literally just showcasing some of the changes they were going to implement and they're kind of in testing for. Some things that are already underway for sure, some that need further investigation, also stuff with like anti cheat. So let's just dive in, check out what's going on, and see what we have in store. So we have the details for our latest upcoming rapid patch set to go out Tuesday on the 19th. That's 4 days from now. Keep in mind that this all depends on final QA and cert may be subject to change. Stay tuned and we'll confirm Monday on the timing. I love that. The fact that they already told us that we'll be getting it the day beforehand too for another confirmation is just a really great testament to how much information they're keeping us in the loop of. I love that. We have continued to tune and improve our anti cheat measures, and this patch carries some more vital changes that we cannot share the specific details of, but for obvious reasons. So expect more news in the department as soon as we have it. Okay. Patch notes. Fixed. Sissy's poison attacks. This bug resulted in all Sissy attacks having a poisoned effect. Sissy's normal attacks will no longer have said effect, which is nice. I actually understood for a while how annoying it was to be attacked by her because once you had that effect on you, it was impossible to avoid her. So this makes sense. Special blend can still provide a poison attack only on her next strike. Rubber legs can still slow down victims already affected by the poison. So yeah, it's not a continuous forever thing, and so they fixed that, which is great. They fixed the players blocking themselves, so we resolved an issue where a player could block themselves, resulting in matchmaking issues and errors, which is funny. So I appreciate that that's a fix. They changed the fuse box locations on Slaughterhouse. They'll no longer spawn next to Slaughterhouse door, which is very interesting because that is one of the most common places where the fuse box is, where you can easily because the fuse usually appears kind of on the by the ladder, and then you go under that crawl space, pick up the fuse, go across to the slaughterhouse door spot, throw that in, and then you can literally go through the building and go straight downstairs, and it's right there. So them changing this is actually going to be a little bit. It's going to make it a little bit trickier to use the basement exit at the slaughterhouse during like the daytime map, for example. So this change should come into effect pretty nicely for having people not have a four-way escape. We actually did do a video about this too, just showcasing how easy it was. And yeah, you can literally escape in like 4 minutes with four people, and the match is completely unplayable. So this fix is nice. Same thing with the valve handle spawns on Slaughterhouse. So they moved the spawn location of the valve handle on the side of the garage to be in a more high traffic area, and they moved the location of the valve handle on the side of the animal pen to also be in a more high traffic area. So same thing. Both the valves are not necessarily in low traffic spots, but they're not frequently visited by the family. So it's pretty easy for a victim to just go over there, pick it up while without really being seen picking it up. So you have to actually be very careful about having to make sure that they're not visually looking for the valve spot. That way you can actually go find it. Where to place it and turn it and activate it, that's fine. But where they appear, yeah, it was pretty easy to, like, same thing. Like the valve was easily in vision. As soon as you come upstairs, you can grab it, go downstairs or to wherever other places at, and then turn it on. Boom. So I appreciate these changes for Slaughterhouse. This map should be much more durational, if you will, for the family, which is cool. They tuned the efficient grappler perk levels have been reduced. So the perk provides a percentage chance of keeping a scrap after a close encounter. So when you're grappling against the family, if you have you can use a bone scrap to fight them back, and then you kind of have like a mash contest on who can press the whatever key the fastest, and then the winner obviously dies or gets away. I think it was like 20, 30, 40. So now they've cut that in half. So that way there is still a good use of being able to, you can still win an encounter, but the chance is lower. So I'm okay with them taking the level 1 variant and making it level 3. This perk is very good, but again, the perk is designed to give you kind of a opportunity to hold on to the bone scrap and not be used aggressively. This should reduce the aggressiveness of offensive players using this perk. So I'm cool with that. And same thing with the backstabber perk. So again, another very offensive strength perk that is very efficient in terms of getting the sneak attack on people. Again, it's a sneak attack, right? It's not something that you should try to specifically use to aggressively bully the family. So this should also put that perk a little bit in check. So I appreciate these tunes for this. So they tuned the ability cooldown for Connie, so the base cooldown time has decreased, which I'm actually glad that they specifically say that it's the base cooldown and not pertain to the total usage of the abilities, which means that you can still modify her ability, and the reward you get for leveling up her ability will still showcase it very well, which I really do appreciate. So that way there's not just like a level 0 Connie just already speedrunning, you know. You can still technically do it pretty efficiently if you have Connie built out well, but obviously as like a base level 0 character, she's not going to be able to do it as easily, so it's cool. And same thing with Leland's lifesaver ability, that's a tackle, of course. Same rules for Connie as well. You know, a good build Leland can still be pretty cracked in terms of their application, but again, being a level 0 Leland, you know, taking notes from the internet, applying it to the game, not as easy. So this is cool. And for escape restraints, the minigame, you adjust the minigame to escape your exchange at the start of the match. It will require slightly more taps to escape, and the overall minigame will take slightly longer to complete. Strength and stealth still affect this minigame, and players can build accordingly. So I actually really respect that, because there is this current situation. Again, this whole patch is designed to tackle aggressive players, because the game is not competitive. It's not supposed to be competitive. It's meant to be a very horrifying and scary and spooky and eerie experience. Like, you're really trying to play it very slowly and stealthy. So this should ideally give the players a more edge to just deal with the cutscene, right? Where, you know, if you make too much noise and the grandpa wakes up very quickly, this is going to be hopefully more so the case that you should do it slowly and quietly, because again, they emphasize that like your strength will let you escape it better, but your stealth will let you do it quieter. So obviously characters like Sunny and Leland are still going to aggressively show off their restraints and take them off, whereas characters like Julie and Connie will probably do it much more quieter. That way you can effectively be, you know, meticulous about it and then be able to make your moves. So right now there's currently an issue in the game, I think, where there's a lot of aggressive players and they're trying to speed run out of the map, which, you know, is a play style that you either hate or you love. And I think the developers are trying to showcase the idea that you're really not supposed to be doing that. So hopefully these changes will make sense. I think that, you know, all the feedback that's been constantly being received through Reddit and through Twitter has been remarkable. I am also now in that same boat where I will start giving feedback out to the people about how do I feel about the game and what it is that I want to see them like put into perspective. And, you know, my favorite thing about this game is the fact that despite it being Leatherface, and in other games that he's been in where he's not really like a scary killer, in this game he's pretty scary. You know, the sound of the chainsaw is really eerie, and also just knowing that there's other people running about is also a really terrifying experience. It seems like to me the devs want the game to be terrifying. Like, you're supposed to play it stealthy and be quiet, and you don't want to get caught because you only have one chance to escape. There's no other like opportunities where you can, you know, recover and that sort of thing. So the players who are very aggressive in terms of their escape, this is going to punish them more for being aggressive. And despite there being an aggressive character, right, there's technically only one, but even that character needs to be able to play it quietly and carefully. So this totally makes sense, and I really appreciate that. So, you know, of course, any other persistent and existing issues, we have the support site, they got the Twitter, they got the Reddit. All that stuff is honestly really, really cool. So we'll stay tuned to any more news upcoming. We'll get the confirmation on Monday, which will be cool. And then, of course, on the day after the release on Tuesday, which is on that Wednesday, we'll get the mortal times of that for next week. That way we can understand what is next in line for what they're planning on implementing, which I really appreciate. So honestly, I love their constant communication and their constant attention and awareness of what's going on. It really showcases to you that they're really paying attention to what we're saying about the game. And obviously, they want this game to have a certain vision, and they're doing a really phenomenal job keeping us in the loop of said vision. And here's the thing, this is the third update and we still haven't even gotten like additional content or DLC. There's no maps, there's no new family members, no new victims, you know, no new perks, right? We have still the base game, and the changes are being implemented to the game already in small tunes, but again, it's not like a whole rework, right? Nothing is broken. They're just trying to figure out all the little kinks and all the bugs, and also trying to figure out what playstyle is being implemented in the game that isn't to their liking. So this is exactly what this is. So all in all, I again huge W. I'm actually very grateful that they are constantly in the loop with us about this stuff. So I'm really looking forward to playing the game. As always, I love this game so much. It's like it's one of the best games I think I've ever played on a multiplayer experience. So I appreciate this. So thank you guys. If the Texas devs are listening, I love and respect you all. So thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you think. Take care.